go into a few fun questions, man. 25 just rolled in. You're 18 years old. What are your favorite hobbies other than baseball?
Big Fortnite guy. Big
Okay.
Fortnite guy with Dalton Harper again. We play a lot. We play a lot, but it evens it out. We have to get the work in first, and then you play Fortnite when you're done. Hobbies. Big Trouble guy. The board game Trouble.
Really?
Big Trouble guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Big
I
Trouble
dig
guy.
it. I dig it. Is that something
Yeah.
is that the holiday parties? Does the Trouble game come out?
Every time. Every time.
Happy New Year, fam. I got Matty Barr with me. What's up, friend?
How we doing, man? How we doing?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us here. There's a lot of hype surrounding you. A few things that I want to ask and that I'm going to get to today are how you're kind of handling that. You're a young man, you're 18 years old. There's a lot that goes into adversity and sometimes when there's a lot of hype surrounding someone, there's a lot of spotlight on you. This guy wants to come and see how you pitch and I guess let's start with that. How's everything going in your life and how are you handling, I guess, all of this sudden attention you're getting?
Handling pretty good. You just gotta stay focused and don't let that get to you. Just keep doing what you keep doing. But like surrounding that, it's not too overwhelming. You just gotta stay on the right path and don't let your head get caca.
Yeah. Has there
Not too
been a
bad.
lot of, as of late, like I said, I spoke to your father. He said there was some MLB scouts kind of checking you out and some people that were sniffing around a little bit. How has that been going? Has there been interest? Has there been phone calls? All that been going?
I'm talking the Athletics right now, Diamondbacks, Pirates, and Yankees. So that's going good.
Okay.
A lot of calls going on, a lot of interviews going on, all that.
Are you eligible for the draft this year?
Yeah,
Okay. So this year you are. That's exciting, man. That's got to be crazy,
yeah,
right? Like that's got to
yeah.
be
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
now you're 6'6", 195. So I mean, you're well put together, man. I haven't
Yeah.
personally seen you throw in person. I've seen some video. I know there's some steam coming off that ball. What are you topping out at right now?
96 right now.
I mean, that's incredible, man. To
Yeah,
be 18 years old and let me segue by saying this. There's pitchers in the world right now, and they're telling me these guys are 21, 22, just drafted by the Red Sox or whoever it is, and telling me that they're not, that yeah, they're 96, 97, but they know how to add a few ticks. You know what I mean? Possibilities are endless for you. How did you get into baseball? When did you start playing and how did you get into it?
I started when I was 4 or 5, but ever since I was like very, very young, my dad just put a ball in my hand and mitt and just have at it. And then I would say my dad, he got me into it. He played ever since he was younger. His grandpa taught him the whole game. So when I was born, he kind of developed me into it right when I was born. So that I just kept growing into it, and then you gotta love the game, man.
Kind of family legacy thing, huh?
Yeah, true, true.
And do you play other sports? Was there other sports you were interested in growing up?
I was playing football since I was 5 until senior year of high school.
Okay. And then you kind of said, I'm gonna focus on baseball.
Yeah, well, I really only did football to get the muscle going
Okay, yeah.
and to get stronger, bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
But as soon as I knew I never wanted to play football like in college, but all through high school, all through middle school, I played football.
You're an athlete, you're an athlete.
Yeah,
And when you're an athlete, man, first of all, the football coach was probably banging on your door because he saw your size and he saw what you were capable of. And why not take advantage of
yeah,
that? You can go use the
yeah,
training room, you can go and obviously agility, right? When you're able to run around a
yeah,
football field, I think there's kind of a preconceived notion, that baseball players aren't always the best athletes, which is just not true at all. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you're not sprinting
yeah,
around, you're not doing the same things maybe a tennis player or a basketball player would as far as conditioning. But the best athletes in the world can play multiple sports. They have played multiple sports. They grew up kind of doing that but you had a love for baseball. You had an affinity for baseball right from the jump, right? Was it something again, I
yeah.
know you don't watch it, but it was something that you loved and you just enjoyed playing?
I kind of watched it when I was younger, and my dad would always like point out stuff like the pictures and stuff, like they were tall, skinny, threw
Yep.
really hard.
Yep.
And he kind of like morphed me into that and wanted that. But there was like a point in time where he just like was like, if you want it, you got to go get it and chase it. And he would just stop. But he kept pushing me, and it worked out pretty good.
It absolutely did. Yeah. So you're at NCCC, and for anyone who doesn't know what that is, I mean, that's become a really, really hot spot for talent in baseball.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that school and how that process has been, your coaches, some other guys you're playing with. Let the people know. Give a shout out here to the school you're at, for people that might not
Yeah.
know what it is. Put them on the map, dude. Tell me about it.
Yeah. I would say it's very good for the local guys. I've been going there since I was a sophomore in high school. Slings put me under his wing and taught me everything since sophomore year of high school. And I like it's very family. You're very close to the team, and you do a lot of stuff together, and it's almost like a brotherhood. You're always together. You love each other. Like you're not with anybody else besides your classes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a very good school. And Kling knows what he's talking about. Rick knows what he's talking about. Coach Todd knows what he's talking about. It's a very good school if you want to transfer to D1. Literally, you can go anywhere you want. You just got to be able to grind and put in the work, and you'll be good.
And you make a great point now, especially with there being transfer portals like there is now. I
Yeah.
think for some people, sometimes, man, people are born into it, or there's political reasons why they go to certain schools, or they get looked at earlier and they get a scholarship. But I've noticed a lot of the NCCCs or smaller schools, or even, starting at Niagara or Canisius, and then now being able to enter the transfer portal. I think
Yeah.
so there's pros and cons, right? And I don't know how much you know about the transfer portal, but I look at it as a free agency for college guys, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is. So you could be playing at NCCC, you could enter the transfer portal, and you could get looked at tomorrow by Florida, and they say
Yeah.
we want Matt Barr, and you get a full ride
Mhm.
there. It's definitely it's given athletes a lot of opportunities. Some people look at it as it's a little bit too professional, you know what I mean? And it's like treating
Yeah.
kids like they're professional athletes. But how do you view it?
It's good exposure. It's good to get out there.
I agree. I agree. What is your path right now? So, I mean, I know you're taking calls and you're fielding some different things out. Give me your blueprint. Like, what do you want to do? Forget about what everybody else wants you to do, right? What do you want to do?
The goal is to have a good year for N trip, get through the season good, have a good stat, and just go right to the draft.
Okay.
One and done. It's the usual goal. Not a school guy at all. I want
Buddy.
to get out of there and go play ball.
Yeah. So if opportunity knocked, right? So this is generally the way it
Yeah.
does work. You're at NCCC, right? And
Yeah.
you do get a look. Say you do get drafted this year, right? And listen, man, your talent is off the charts, and you got a lot of people in your corner, and I think it's very, very, very possible. Say you do, obviously you could stay at NCCC because you're not just getting, you're not shooting up to the majors tomorrow. I don't think that's
Yeah.
happening, right? Unless maybe Paul
Mhm.
Stevens, and that still was a ride for him.
Yeah.
He still had to go to
Yeah.
LSU to do his thing, right? So. But
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
Libby Dunn out of the deal, so it worked out for him. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got a good girl out of it.
right. But so when you do get noticed, there probably will be a couple more years of school. How do you plan on staying focused since you don't like school? And someone, I can tell you someone who doesn't as well. How do you plan on staying focused and being able to balance both of those things?
I'll be honest, it's really tough to balance both for me because I have a hard time like concentrating and focusing on one
Okay.
thing at one time.
Yeah.
But like for school, I do need a lot of help for that.
Okay.
Like it's like half the day school, and then I got to stay focused on school, and then as soon as the school ends, it's right to baseball practice, and then it's a whole different switch and flip the switch.
Was there ever a time for you when baseball became overwhelming? Like, almost became like a task rather than fun? Has it ever felt like that yet?
Never has felt like that. It's always been
Good.
fun. I always view the game as it's a game. It's not like you need to take it too seriously. You need to have fun. It's not like, oh, it's the end of the world, but it's a fun game. It's a childhood game you need to play. It's good.
Dude, that's a great attitude to have for an 18-year-old. I mean that sincerely. That's a great attitude to have. People do get overwhelmed with it. They just the pressure starts mounting, and the more
Yeah.
people that these expectations for you, and you seem like a real cool kid, man. Like you seem humble, you have a good attitude. You have to keep that, just stay relaxed. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
take a deep breath, regardless of whether Moneyball's interviewing you or MLB Network's interviewing you. It's take a deep breath, stick to your roots, go out, say what you want to say, and don't let anybody twist anything up like that. And that's how you kind of seem to approach it. And I like that. It's refreshing to see you're just kind of a straight up kid. You know what I mean? Like I like your
Yeah.
honesty. You're like, no, I
Mhm.
don't like school. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can appreciate the honesty for sure. And a lot of times, people prep for interviews and they say exactly what they think they're supposed to say, and it's not always what you got to do.
Yeah.
What are these scouts, as you've been fielding the calls, what have they been saying to you? Like what are your expectations from them, or like kind of what have they been saying?
Oh, they've been just saying how my probability is very good, how they want to interview, they want to come see me throw at and trip. I've had a lot of those. Like the Yankees, I have to go down there. I have to go down to Tampa
Okay.
and January 16th for
Excellent.
testing and a bullpen. And then besides that, it's just like interviews and stuff like that.
That's rad though, man. The fact that they're inviting you down there is amazing. I've been down at that facility quite a few times. I will be down there again this year. I'll be spending a lot of time in Fort Myers with Boston, but I kind of float around all the different spring trainings. And when you're down at Steinbrenner, that's the most, how do I word it? That's treated the most down there like professional baseball. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's hard to get tickets for Yankees spring training, where the rest of them you can kind of walk in, pay $10, whatever. Like Yankees Yankees, I would feel if I was in your shoes right now, would be kind of the most high pressure type situation, right? Are the Yankees your favorite team?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Okay. So it does it change things at all?
No, I don't really feel pressured at all. I don't really get nervous about that. I'm just throwing and going to have a good time and throw a bullpen. It's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
It's just you're throwing it's just you gotta go have fun. You
Yeah, and
gotta have fun.
I
Just
love
throwing
that
a bullpen.
again, man. That's just your
Yeah.
attitude. Just like you're throwing a baseball around. You know what I mean? You're not
Hmm.
taking yourself too seriously. And that's
Oh yeah.
it's a great attitude to have. So
Hmm.
you wouldn't be disappointed, obviously, wherever you ended up, man, right? I mean, obviously, the A's call or Vegas, they're gonna be the Vegas A's soon.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So I don't know, that might be a little trouble going into Vegas, man. That's, 18, 20-year-old in Vegas, you could get in a lot of trouble. What other pitches are in your repertoire, man? Like what are your is your fastball your go-to?
Slider's my go-to, and then I
Okay.
throw a curveball.
Okay. How about the sweeper? You
But
getting involved with that at all?
the sweeper is very good. Very
Okay.
good.
So that's
Yeah.
a sexy pitch, man. Everybody right now,
Yeah.
pros I'm talking to, everybody's working on a sweeper. It's like the most, it's like it's no secret anymore. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Everybody was working on a
Hmm.
sweeper, right? And now so you're working on a
Yeah.
sweeper. You got one going?
I already have one. It used to be a slider, but now it's like more horizontal. So now it's just a sweeper because I throw a little cockeyed sidearm.
Okay.
So it's just a sweeper now.
Okay. Now, who has seen you live so far? Have any of the teams seen you live, or that's going to be the first one, January 16th?
Athletics have seen me live.
Okay.
Yankees have seen me live, and
Oh, they have.
Diamondbacks have seen me
Okay.
live.
So
Yeah.
they came out here.
N-Trip. Yeah,
Okay.
they went to N-Trip, yeah.
Okay. And then I won't keep you here all day, man. A few more questions. When does the season start for N Trip? Like, is the training already you guys started yet, or next month?
Off-season has been started since a week after fall ball.
Okay.
So bullpens, lifts 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then the first like spring game is March 1st
Oh,
for
that's all right.
Florida.
Okay. So you went right into throwing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. I figure. So
Yeah.
is it pitchers and catchers? Are the other guys still training, but they're not playing ball, right? Are they just training?
Yeah, it's just off-season workouts and doing whatever you want. You can still go up to N-Trip and like throw, but
Okay.
I choose not to. I throw with Dalton Harper. He's our catcher,
Okay.
and he's pretty good. So we work together and we hit, or I throw to him and he plays catch with me, so it evens out.
Shout out Dalton Harper. What's up, buddy? Maybe we'll
Yeah,
have
man.
Joe too. What's up, Dalton?
Yes, sir. That's my brother, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Like I said, I love, like I said, man, I love the humbleness. I love the fact that you treat it legit as your family, the way you're speaking. Maybe that's a blue collar Buffalo thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just a bar thing, and your dad's done a real good job of kind of teaching you the right way to do it. But stay
Yeah,
that way.
that's on my dad. Yeah,
Yeah,
my dad did done all that. Yeah.
good. Shout out to him too, man. Stay that way,
Hmm.
and
Yes,
don't
sir.
change. I love it, man. I'll tell you what, my
Yeah.
11-year-old travel ball player,
Hmm.
Deacon, is downstairs right now playing Fortnite. He just
Yeah.
told me that he is now ranked nationally or something. He's got some, I
Oh,
don't know how it
jeez.
all works, man, but he's pretty involved, right? He's all in. He's in the
Yeah.
buffet. So
Yeah. We're not that involved. We're
I
not
might
that
reach out.
involved.
I might reach out to you in a minute, and he might be battling with. I don't know. You know
We
what? And he could be
can do that.
completely lying to me. You could go on and just destroy him too. I don't know anything about the game.
True.
I've never played it, so
Yeah.
all I
True.
know is
True.
I try to play baseball with him, MLB or NHL, and he beats me either whether it's hockey or baseball, like 30-0. I can't figure the buttons out, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
What's your favorite music you listen to, man? What's in your
Big country guy. Big
yeah?
country guy.
Okay.
Only country, yeah.
Only country.
Yeah.
Exclusive. Okay. What do you, Morgan Wallen,
Yeah.
is that popping right now?
Morgan Wallen, Luke Holmes, Dylan Scott, Dylan Madro, a lot of good guys, man.
What's your take on Posty? What do you think? What do you think of Malone? I mean,
Posty in the country?
yeah.
Oh, I like it. He
Okay.
has a nice scratchy voice. It's
Yeah.
very big country voice. It's
Yeah.
almost like a Chris Stapleton scratchy voice.
Boom. You nailed it. Now,
There
did
you
you
go.
like him
There you go.
prior to country?
No, no. I had like one or two songs that I liked, but I wasn't like I'm gonna sing it out loud in the basement. But
Yeah.
like if I hear Posty now or during a workout, I'm blaring it.
Really?
You have to. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to.
he's changed some minds, man. He's built up
Yeah,
a bigger fan base, than he had in the past. I
yeah,
even got tickets. He's got a concert at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, and I just got tickets for it. And my wife's a big country person, and
yeah,
I'm like you. He was okay before,
yeah,
but I dig the new stuff,
yeah.
man.
Now I love him. Now I love him. It's
Yeah,
his voice. It's his voice.
he's doing some things. He's doing all right for himself, I'd say, right?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good right now.
You'll be meeting him someday, man.
Man, I hope. He's a dog.
He
He's
is.
a dog.
But no, man, listen, this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know, again, man, it's just a little taste for what to come, and I can
Mhm.
brag and say, I was one of the first ones that had Matty on the show, and I'm really excited for your future, man. Like I said, stay humble, keep grinding at your craft, do what you do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
You got it, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.